Morning, guys. TikTok is a terrible for your brain, but it's great for material. Let's check it out.
I learned yesterday something new. Apparently, it is a thing that at Home Depot, you know how they can cut like wood for you if you need it. Apparently, if you're a male and you ask someone at Home Depot to cut your wood, you are revoked of your manhood card.
Yeah, your card is revoked if you ask someone else to cut your wood. Also, asking someone to check your oil or not being able to back a trailer. I mean, we have high standards for these cards.
My husband's currently shiplaping our hallway, and his original plan was to buy some plywood and cut it at home with his table saw, which isn't great. It's not like the one they have at Home Depot. Sorry, honey.
I know she didn't just say Home Depot's saw was better than her husband's saw. She might as well have told the whole world he had a tiny pecker.
But this is it. This is what he was going to do. So fine. So he does it, and it doesn't really turn out well. It's kind of wiggly wobbly. Doesn't look too straight, you know. So I said to him, heaven forbid, how about you go to Home Depot and ask them to cut it? And he said, absolutely not. He's like, what? I don't want to walk in there and then that I can't handle wood and can't even please my wife, whatever.
Well, that's how it works with man. If you can't cut your own wood, then you obviously can't please your wife.
So he's going to spend $3,000 on shiplap now because he's too proud to go and ask them to cut some wood. What the? Is this a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. You can't put a price on manhood, honey.
So if you guys saw my last video, you have realized that I have found this man. This man, his videos are, I'm not going to say trending, but they're going around TikTok right now. If you haven't seen the video, so long story short, this guy goes on a rant about how men need to stop chasing women because they're the prize and they're the ones that add value to a woman's life, and all we have to offer is a used vagina and a dirty mouth.
That sounds like one of our MGTOW brothers. Which one of you guys is clowning on TikTok? Come on now.
I'm not even going to mention the fact that y'all have dirty puppy dicks.
Look, bitch, my dick ain't dirty. It's clean. I wash my hands before I take a piss.
But there is not one thing that a man has that a woman can't get for herself. There is not one thing.
Well, how about that stuff on the top shelf? Or a pickle out of that jar you can't open? But the main thing a woman can't get is a hint. Take a hint and shut the hell up sometimes.
But there are some things that men can't get without a woman, like a home. Oh, they can buy a house. You think about a house? It ain't gonna be a home.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but home is where you make it. I'm a single father, and I promise you, my house is a home. And in my experience, women do nothing but destroy the home.
They can't have kids. Y'all can't have kids without us. Well, we can have kids without y'all.
Well, does she know something about biology I don't? It takes a man and a woman to have a kid, don't it? Of course, there's so many of these single females out here. You can have an instant family if you want it.
See, we can have the home and the kids without you. And most women that are in relationships, that are married, they feel like single parents because even though a man is there, he's not really there.
Well, I can't speak for every man, but I can guess why your man ain't there.
A lot of times in relationships, men devalue their women, but how they treat them, how they talk to them, how they neglect them, that is what devalues the woman, because then she starts feeling bad about herself. Then her self-esteem is gone. It has nothing to do with a fucking used vagina. What the fuck? No, it's because you chip away at a woman's self-esteem and confidence.
Well, it's always someone else's fault. These women never take ownership of their own shortcomings. Your body count affects your value. Sorry, boo.
You were right. It is not all men. But it is enough men. And unfortunately, it is all women. I do not know a single woman who has not been made to feel uncomfortable by the presence of a man. Think about that.
Well, got another poet here. You know how I love these female wordsmiths. She said, every woman has felt uncomfortable in the presence of a man. It sounds terrible until you think about it. Is there any man out there who can say they haven't felt uncomfortable at some point around another man? It sounds like a pretty general statement to me.
Think about the women in your life when she leaves the house. Does she wonder if she will return home safely? Because I do not know a single woman who has not checked over her shoulder twice, who has not taken out her headphones just to listen for footsteps, who has not analysed the shadows to see if there is someone behind her, who has not pretended to be on the phone just so he thinks someone is listening, who has not texted her friends to say that the taxi got her home safe, who has not shared her location on a first date.
Now, these are some really good points about how women can avoid danger. I hope all women know these tricks. I also hope men practice these behaviors also. I know I do. When I'm out in public, I often look over my shoulder. When I'm in a restaurant, I sit so I can face the door. And I always call my mom to tell her I'm home safe.
Did you know that sending unwanted dick pics is still not technically a crime? Did you know that only a third of rapes actually go reported? Did you know that out of the reported rapes, less than 2% actually end in conviction? And you wonder why we are so scared.
1/3 of rapes get reported, and only 2% end in conviction. Those are terrible statistics. Here's some more. There are almost 500,000 cases of paternity fraud worldwide, and 30% of the children have a different father than the one listed on their birth certificate. It's terrible what people do to each other.
These rapists walk free, and we do not know who their next victim will be. What if it is me?
Well, I hope it's not, sweetheart. You seem very passionate, and you have a way with words. The world is a better place with you in it. But this career choice of victimhood doesn't suit you. We're all victims of something. Being a woman doesn't make you special. Your weakness, however, does make you a target. There was a time when women were cherished and protected. Unfortunately, your predecessors have alienated us so much, we don't value the female gender as much as we used to. We are equal now. The dangers you face are the same dangers we face. It's survival of the fittest. Every man and woman for himself. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Now, that's just my opinion. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Peace.